Good afternoon, mates. It's me, your boy Waddles. Welcome back to the Minecraft Guide 168. In 167, the last one, a lot happened. I introduced you to King Slime, and we found a slime chunk. Finding a slime chunk is a big process. By the end of today's episode, now that we found a slime chunk, in this area right here where the torch is, there'll be a slime farm, and hopefully the space around it will be a little bit decorated too. If you didn't catch last episode and you've always wondered about the great detailed depths of slime mechanics, then check it out. Card on screen. If you caught last episode or your brain is swelling, then you already know. If you're going to build a slime farm, you're going to need to find a slime chunk. We found basically the perfect one. It's right in there, the chunk with that torch on it. It's going to be literally perfect. Now, aside from a slime chunk, we're going to need to get some materials ready to build this farm. The materials that we're going to need, a pickaxe. We're going to have to dig a lot, like a lot. Now, there is a way that you could only have to dig just a lot, but if you're going to go all the way, a lot. Also, since we're going to dig a lot, to make your life easier, a beacon. A beacon would be an amazing thing to have. If you don't have one, it's not technically necessary, but it's just going to be a lot of digging. Slow, too. This slime farm design is slightly different than all of the other slime farm designs that I've done before. For this design, we're going to need magma blocks, an unspecified amount. I think maybe about a stack or two should maybe work. To be completely honest, I'm not sure exactly how many magma blocks we're going to need, so in between episodes, I went to the nether, found a giant patch of magma blocks, and got 4 stacks and 44 more. 444. For the design, I've actually streamlined the item collection system. No more minecarts. Yay. Inside of this chest, I've laid out all of the new things that we're going to need, other than iron golems. And that means pumpkins. And pumpkins, yeah, I actually don't really have any pumpkins. No pumpkin farm set up over here. There's some wild ones over there, but yep, no pumpkin farm at all. Which means today, that's exactly where we start, with a brand new pumpkin farm. Now, this isn't going to be the forever pumpkin farm. It's just a pumpkin farm. Eventually, what we'll probably do is expand this thing and move it, for sure. Not the best spot, but it works. For now, we'll grow the pumpkins right here. Separate the stems so they don't grow onto each other. That one will grow there. That grows over there. That grows there. That should be good. To make iron golems, we're going to need pumpkins. We're going to need probably like 5 iron golems, but pumpkins aren't all. Iron as well. The beauty has been working. To be honest, I thought there was going to be less inside of here. I thought maybe 1 row full almost all the way, but no. We're like a good way to 2 rows full. And even more, look at this. Pure profit. What did I say? So you're definitely not going to need a stack of iron blocks, but now that I can make a stack of iron blocks, I'm going to make a stack of iron blocks. Iron farm. Best decision of my life, and look it. Another one already. Iron blocks for iron golems. Like I said, you'll probably end up needing like 5 or so. And then finally, fences for the iron golem containment areas. Unfortunately, you're going to need more than 3 fences, but fences. Slime chunk. We need to find our slime chunk, which conveniently was right over here. Now, right off the bat, we're going to have an issue inside of this slime chunk, so we're going to need to take care of it. There's water inside of this thing, which means we need to get rid of the water. To get rid of the water, because I don't have sponges, solid blocks. Now, if I had sponges, 100%, that would be the way to go, but yeah, I'm not in that position yet. Maybe soon, but not today. Now, what I'm going to do is fill this all the way in, get rid of all the water, and then I'm actually going to go out past the chunk too, and kind of like basically make a wall. Eventually, when we're done with this farm later on in today's episode, we're going to dig this all the way out to the surface, and when we do that, yeah, water spilling back down inside of the chunk, definitely not good. Water is not good at all. It will stop the slime spawning. It will ruin the slime spawning, actually. So yeah, we're going to want to cut all of the water off, just like that. Now we're good to go. Now it's time to dig. A lot. Because I've already begun the process, I think where I'll start today is by flattening this chunk out on the surface. Now, you don't have to do this. Today, there are a couple different options when it comes to your farm. One of the big decisions that you're going to have to make is, do you open the farm all the way up to the sky or not? If you open the farm up to the sky, then it'll have better rates, but that's something we'll talk about later. Step 1, find a slime chunk. Check. Step 2, pick a corner of the slime chunk. Corner doesn't matter at all, and start digging down. Now, of course, clearly here, be careful, but you know, the whole don't dig straight down thing, I don't know if I really vibe with that, so it should be fine. Find the corner, dig down. To start the slime farm off, we're going to need to move down, all the way down to Y39. Slime have a couple different spawning conditions. We went over all of those conditions in the last episode. Basically, for slime to spawn though, you need to be inside of a slime chunk, and then you need to be down below Y40. Those are like basically the 2 main mechanics. There's a little bit more, but those are the basics. So that's where we start today. Now the slime farm is going to require a lot of digging. And apparently caving too. A brand new cave system. I like this. Oh. Okay, a brand new-ish cave system. We're going to have to dig a lot today. It would have been one of the best decisions of my life to go to the gold farm before this episode and heal up the tools, but guess what? I didn't do that, so I might have to do that at some point. A cave system. This is good. This is really, really good. If you're digging your chunk out at any point while you're working on your farm and you find a cave system, don't just block the cave system off. Go inside of the thing and light it up. If you light the cave system up, you will cut out spawns from the cave system. That's good. Slime share the same mob cap with skeletons, creepers, zombies, things like that. So if we can cut out the spawns of those things, then the slime farm will work even better. Lava. For now, I'm just gonna do that. No, I'm gonna do that. No more of that. Thank you very much. The cave was pretty small down there, but it was still a cave. It's now fully lit up, which means back to the slime chunk. So why 39? That's where we're at right now. What we're going to want to do is dig this entire chunk out. That means you're going to want to turn your chunk borders on Java Edition and dig from one edge of the chunk all the way to the other one. Highly recommend Haze 2 Beacon, 3x3 spiral like this right here. This is going to be the fastest way to dig the thing out, at least until you get down low and start finding things like deep slate. Now the floor inside of this farm does not matter at all. Slime will spawn inside of the slime chunk at any light level on basically any spawnable block. So you could leave the floor as stone today. You can make it better looking and do like grass or something. It doesn't matter. The floor is the floor. The floor is the floor. I think today I'm going to make the floor grass. So I'm going to need a lot of dirt. I think I have a lot of dirt up in the storage building, so that's good. I think I'll make the floor look nicer, but the walls, no, you're crazy if you think I'm going to redo all of the walls too inside of this farm. I'm never really going to see inside of the thing. I'll do grass floor for sure, but the walls, I'm going to leave them alone. Alright, so a little bit of time later, and floor number 1 is completely finished. I redid the ground, put grass everywhere and dirt, it's filling in, and the whole chunk is dug out from wall to wall. I also added a ladder over here so I can get up and down. I'm kind of a broke boy when it comes to bamboo, so it'll do for now. And also, I've changed my mind on the walls, so I'm going to leave the walls alone, right? Like, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time detailing them, but anytime I have to dig something out, when I put it back, I think what I'm going to do is put cobblestone back in here, so then we have, like, patches of cobblestone on the wall. I think that'll look pretty cool. It'll look nice, so, like, over there, I'll take all of this out, put cobblestone, and over here, because this cave is fully lit up now, we can actually block it off, and that's what you're going to want to do. When you're building this farm, if you find a cave system, go into the cave system, light it up, and then block it off. Cut it off completely from the farm. After you finish digging out the entire first floor of the farm in Y39, make sure it's lit up. This is a chart from the Minecraft wiki. Slime can spawn at any light level. Other hostile mobs cannot. So we're going to want to keep this farm lit up so we can isolate the slime spawns. This chart shows us all of the light sources in the game and tells us which ones out of those ones that the slime can spawn in or on and which ones they can't. So torches. I'm going to go with torches because they work perfectly. If I had jack-o'-lanterns, I would sink them down into the floor. It would look so aesthetic and nice, but I don't have jack-o'-lanterns. So the final thing that we need to do to floor 1 before we move on to floor number 2 is pick a side of this chunk, the side doesn't matter at all, and dig 3 blocks out. This is basically where we're going to send the slime over the ledge. On the other side of this 3-block trench area, we're going to put iron golems. But for now, iron golems, we don't really need to worry about it. All that we need to do is dig 3 blocks out past the chunk. Now, I recommend picking the side that is closest to your base, because this is the side where the items will be sent to. And yeah, you probably want your items to be closer to the base, but any side technically works. And so just like that, there we go. That's floor number 1. Now it's time to move on to floor number 2. So we're going to go back to the corner where we started, dig the floor out, we'll put it back later, and then go 1, 2, 3. We're going to end up on Y35. This is the next floor. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to dig the entire chunk out, all the way from edge to edge, 3 blocks tall, everywhere. Then I'm going to replace the floor. Well. I had to go up to the surface. I come back, and look who's here. Slime spawning already. That's going to be a common theme today. And I'm here for it. After you finish digging out the next layer of your farm, making it look better if you want, of course cutting it off from any cave systems that you might have found, it's time to dig the falling trench area again. 3 blocks out on one side of the chunk, make sure it's the same side of the chunk, and dig the ceiling out this time too. They should end up being connected. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I have something that looks like this. Floor number 1, floor number 2. Now it's time for floor number 3. We're going to do the exact same thing. We dig out right there, then we go 1, 2, 3. We dig out this area, then we're going to do it again. So dig this out, then go 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to dig out this whole area, then I'm going to do it again. Dig out the floor, and then go 1, 2, 3. Do it again, and yeah, the common theme today is going to be digging. We're going to keep doing this until we get really low down on the world. Now, technically, you could do as many platforms as you want, or as little as you want. You don't have to necessarily go, like, all the way down to the bottom of the world, if that's not what you're feeling. For me, I am going to go all the way down to the bottom of the world, though, or pretty much, which means my final layer is going to be at Y11. And that's basically it. A lot of digging over and over and over again. A lot of floors over and over and over again. And a lot of work, a lot of time, over and over and over again. Now, I actually lucked out huge time. Look at this big cave system in here. This is going to make digging out this layer in specific a whole lot easier, maybe even a little bit of the next layer. I love to see it. I really do. I love how it worked out. So now it's time-lapse time. Maybe you already noticed. The time-lapse is going to be pretty short because all that I'm doing is digging, replacing, and even more digging. Oh yeah, and I'm putting floors inside of this thing too. I actually almost put a Q&A time-lapse on this a bit because it's been so long since I've done one and I love to do them. But I figured digging and placing, yeah, at least this kind of digging and placing isn't exactly the most exciting to watch. Hopefully I'm going to have enough dirt to finish this project off too, by the way. I definitely don't have enough inside of the storage building over here, but there are some other random chests with dirt in it, I think. I hope. But I guess we'll see. Only like 40 minutes worth of digging later, and here we go. We have the farm in a really, really good spot. Layer after layer has been dug out now. I've replaced all the walls. I did the floor. The grass is filling in slowly. All that I have left is to replace the floor on this layer and dig out the final layer down here. Now, in case you were wondering about the Y levels of each floor, Y11 is the bottom. Y15 is the next one. Y19 is the one after that. After Y19, Y23. Next is Y27, Y31, Y35, and of course, Y39. Now, the whole time I've been working on this thing, slime keeps spawning over and over and over again, and they've been jumping off the platform. It's been happening more and more the lower down that I get on this farm, so I've been having to keep an eye on that. The big slime deals so much damage, it's like crazy. But this is a good thing. This is definitely an amazing sign. It 100% means that for sure, we have a slime chunk. Now the pickaxes, check this out. This one right here, this one right here. At some point, I'm going to have to go back to the gold farm to be able to finish up all the digging that I want to do. But definitely, I'll at least be able to finish the digging for this part of the farm and get it functional before I have to take a break. Look at this, the branch mine hallway right here. We've hit it. Working on this digging project today has been overall a very enjoyable experience. Hasn't felt like 40 minutes at all, honestly. Creepypastas are one of my favorite things ever. Combine that with the month of October, another amazing thing. Nighttime, and you basically have the perfect atmospheric slime chunk working experience. Very disturbing though, I will admit. Like, I feel like I'm being watched right now, no joke. It's kind of creepy. Just a little. Alright, so anyways, the chunk. I finished digging it out finally, for the most part. I think what I'm going to do is leave this hallway exposed. I have the walls here. It shouldn't be a problem at all. I could close it off, but there's a big cave over there, and I think there might be a little bit more that I need to do inside of that cave, so I'm just going to leave that there. And then over on this side, I might just block it off, honestly. It doesn't need to be open over there. I will admit that the decision to convert all of the floors over to grass blocks inside of this farm has definitely prolonged the process. It made it way, way longer than it would have been. Converting the wall blocks over to cobblestone took a really long time too. Now, I've made a decision. Down low down here, we're going to leave the walls as deep slate. I think it's going to be fine. I mean, it only makes sense. Deep slate generates more down low. And conveniently, it's going to save a lot of time too. Now it's time to set up the slime removal area. The slime removal area is going to be at the bottom of this trench that extends past the chunk by 3 blocks. So first, what we're going to want to do is pick a side. Which side do we want to send the slime to? It doesn't make a difference at all. I think in my case, I'm going to send them over to this side. Now with that in mind, we're going to start by digging down 2 blocks in this trench, all the way from one side to the other. While you're working in this trench, definitely keep your eyes out for slime that are falling from the sky. It will probably happen. Trench, 2 blocks deeper than the final platform, all the way along the chunk. It's 2 blocks deep, so the slime that land inside of this trench can't just jump back up onto the platform and noddle around and slow the farm down. Now, I already decided that I want to move my slime over there, which means water bucket right over here. If I dump the water bucket, it's going to go 8 blocks and stop right there. Where it stops is where we need to dig down 1 more block. We're going to lower this side of the trench down 1 more block all the way over to the wall. Now we have a trench that starts off being 2 blocks deeper than the lowest platform, and then after 8 blocks, it gets 3 blocks deep. The final thing that we need to do before we pour water inside of this trench is replace the floor with magma blocks. The magma blocks are going to do the job for us. Even with water on top, it'll work. They'll hurt the slime. 48 magma blocks. That's how many magma blocks I needed in total. Now it's water source time. We'll put a water source right there in that back corner. Water source right there. It creates an infinite one in the middle. We'll grab that, and then do the same thing over here. We put water source right there, water source right there, grab that one. Now the water flows all the way to this edge. Over here, 1 block past this area right here is where we're going to send the items to. We're going to start by digging that out, then we're going to dig this out too. Now we're going to have to come back in here and put some slabs here to stop the small slime from getting inside of it, but it's fine. We'll do that at the last step. Now what we're going to do is create an area that goes out this way to send our items. Now this should be good. The big slime shouldn't be able to make their way back up onto the platform, but if you notice that they are, then make the trench 1 block lower right there, and then 1 block lower right there. Basically just lower it all down 1 block. Everything else will be the same. Back up here on the surface, I have a goal. So right now I don't really have anything down here. I'm thinking eventually I might have a road or something, but I don't have that right now. Ideally, it would be amazing for me to not have to jump down off of this cliff to get the slime balls, which means what I want to do is send them all the way up to this spot right here. It'll be a little bit of a longer ways. We'll basically be taking the items from where that hole is on the ground right there and move them all the way over to here, but at the same time, it's really not that far, and it's like a straight line. That makes things even easier. Oh yeah, these are all the things that I've gotten so far from digging this thing out. So many blocks. Depending on what you're doing with your item collection, having kelp for this next step might help a lot. You also might need a little bit of ice, and you also might need a little bit of signs. Just depends on what you want to do. There is technically an easier way to do things though. If you're cool with going under the ground every single time you need to pick up the slime balls, then that makes things insanely easy. All you would need to do is put 3 hoppers right in here, link them up to a chest, put slabs above them. The slime balls will be picked up by the hoppers, put inside of a chest so you go under the ground and get the items. I don't like that though. So I need to move all of my items over to negative 783, 1423. Negative 783 is going to be straight out this way. Negative 783. This block right here. The easiest way by far to move the items from this spot right here all the way over to 783 is going to be water. Water stream. Water streams are so easy. They're so efficient too. We're going to dump a water bucket right there. The water will end right here. We'll put a sign. And then on the other side of the sign, we'll do another water source right there. It should get us basically... It might actually get us all the way to the elevator. Let's see. Moment of truth. Does it make it all the way to where the elevator is going to be? It does. It does. Amazing. So we'll do a sign right there. Then we'll put soul sand right here. Bubble column elevator straight up to the surface. Not a problem at all. Insanely easy. Oh, no, that's the beacon. Okay, we'll put that back for now. I'm going to have to move that. There is one problem though, and that's going to be this gap block right here. So to keep the items moving, we'll dig out this one, this one, and this one, and put packed ice right there. The packed ice is going to keep the items moving really quickly. Because I have so much packed ice, I think what I'm going to do is replace all of the floor inside of here with packed ice. Just go packed ice all the way. It'll make the items move very, very quickly. I like that. Also, by putting a line of packed ice from one end all the way to the other end, if I'm ever down here digging around like branch mining or anything, then it's insanely obvious what I have going on here, and I know to not dig there. Absolutely, this item hallway doesn't need to be 2 blocks tall. I'm going to leave it 2 blocks tall though, which means extra sign right there. Now we need to go up to the surface and dump water on this exact spot right here. Perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. Back up on the surface, negative 783 is this spot right here. This is where the items will come all the way up to the surface. This is perfect. All we need to do is dig straight down from this spot right here, and I'm realizing I completely forgot to dump water up at the top of the thing. That would have made it insanely easy. So I'm gonna have to go back up and dump water, but it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, here's the beacon. I'm so sorry about this beacon, but you have to move. Oh no. Oh wait, I'm 1 block off too. Aha. Yeah, that's my bad. I've done it. I've actually done it. The item elevator is now almost all the way complete. The final step is putting kelp inside of this thing on top of the soul sand and bone mealing it or planting it all the way up to the surface so the flowing water turns into water sources and we actually have an elevator. Just like this, you see? It's actually perfect. Insanely easy too. Back down here at the bottom, we can break the kelp and this will turn into a bubble column elevator and take the items all the way up to the surface. We'll set up item collection up there in a second. Final thing that we need to do to this area is put this block back and put slabs in here. If you don't put slabs inside of this thing, the small slime can actually get inside of here. They'll go down this way and then be sent up to the surface. That's not what we want. The slabs will stop the small slime from getting in there. They'll stand on the magma blocks and, you know, that's it. That's basically it. We are almost completely done with the farm. The final thing that we need to do is set up a system on the top to actually pick up the items, and we need to set up lures on the other side of the trench to actually make the slime jump off the edge. So back up on the surface, the item collection thing, yeah, we should set that up really quick. We have slime balls up here already, and I guarantee it, we're just going to keep seeing more slime balls come up here. Item collection from this point on is very, very simple. I'm going to come up with a way to make it look better, but basically, we start with the chest. We put a hopper right next to the chest. We're going to do it 1 block above the ground so I can just walk up to the chest and grab things. I'm pretty sure there should be a way to do this with trapdoors to keep this thing streamlined. This is going to be a little bit of a trial, but I think we could do trapdoors in here somehow. I just got slime balls. It works. Yeah. Actually, yeah, definitely, we can. So we put temporary building blocks there, water source right there to extend the bubble column up 1 more block, and then we'll do 1 more right here. It'll dump over this way, temporary. Clean it up with a few more trap doors, 1 right there for now. Maybe I'm gonna end up changing this, I don't know. Another trap door right there. Swap this block out for a trap door. Swap this block out for a trap door too. Trap door, open this trap door, take out this block, and the water should flow forward, and hopefully it'll work. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to test it out, and I'm going to have to clean it up too. Not the prettiest looking thing, but it should work. It should be able to send all the slime balls up to the surface and drop them off in the hopper. All I'm going to need to do is figure out how to make this thing actually look nice, and then we're golden. I'll worry about the aesthetics later, though. It's lure time, which means iron blocks, pumpkins, and fences. A lot of fences. Back down inside of the farm, we need to set up a way to actually entice the slime to jump over to this ledge. Iron golems. Slime, for whatever reason, don't like iron golems. All we need to do is basically set up rooms on this side of the trench with iron golems safely inside of them. The slime will see the iron golem eventually, move over to the trench, jump off because the trench is too big. It's very simple. So these rooms, really you can set these rooms up however big or small you want. I think a room like this should probably be good, and what I'm going to do is position this room kind of in between these first 2 floors. The Y level of this room is 36, but really, honestly though, I wouldn't worry about the Y levels of these iron golem rooms very much. It doesn't matter that much. So is this going to work? Oh, it works. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, 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 no. Please, please. Okay, look, please. No. Look, I will save you. I will save you. I will save you. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so the rooms need to be too deep. At least too deep, for sure. Oh, no, I'm really sorry about that. I'll stop it. All right, so if that happens, fix the golem up. There we go. You're looking good, my guy. 2 deep room and light it up. Make sure mobs won't spawn inside of here, and put fences. We're going to start with fences right there. We're going to go up around this way and around this way too, just like that. This way, if anything funny happens, the slime actually won't be able to get into the iron golem room. And that should be good. If we were to fill this all the way in with fences, then the slime actually wouldn't be able to see the iron golems. They can't see through the fences. So we have a room right there that's going to work perfectly for this floor and the top floor. Then what we're going to do is skip this floor and go down to this one and do it again. We're going to line these rooms up about in the center every single time and just build another room. You have a lot of options when it comes to these iron golem rooms. If you wanted to, you could position one of these at every single floor. That will most likely speed the farm up a little bit, but in my opinion, I don't think it's worth it. But I mean, if you want though, iron golem room on every single floor should speed it up. Also, if you want, this trench that we set up, do it on every single side, put iron golems on every single side, and your farm will be like a monster. Absolute unit, it'll be insane and unstoppable. Kind of overkill though. If you can remember, last episode we found out this was a double slime chunk. If you're working with a double slime chunk, making a high productivity farm, then you could actually set this up completely differently and potentially have even better rates. See, the one con of having these iron golem chambers all the way off on one side of the farm is that if a slime spawns over here, it's not really going to see the golem because it's too far away. It'll jump around for a little while. Eventually it'll move towards the middle and be able to see the thing. But when it's all the way over on that side of the chunk, you're just going to have to wait for the pathfinding to kick in. It should move over towards the middle eventually, like I said, and see it. If you were working with a double slime chunk, though, because it is a double chunk... Yikes. Gonna have to fix that. Because it's a double chunk, you can actually spare some of these spawning blocks a little bit more, so you can create some kind of dropping area in the center. Could be super sweet, but I didn't do it today. Yeah, make sure your platforms are lit up. This one is definitely dark, especially over here. Yeah, light. And so, because of how I set up my iron golem chambers, I ended up using a total of 5 iron golems. If I were to space things out maybe a little bit better, I might have been able to cut out 1, but 5 iron golems should be good for the farm. The final 3 are a little bit closer than the other ones, but that's fine. At the lowest layer on this design, because we have magma block floors all over the place, we don't need to put an iron golem at this end to lure them over this way. The water will do the job of moving the loot. The magma blocks will take the slime out as soon as they land in the water. We're fully done. That's the farm. Now, aesthetically, with this farm, eventually, I would love to come back inside of this thing and fix the lighting situation, like put jack-o'-lanterns in the floor, make it look really, really good. So I'm going to put that on the to-do list. That's something that we'll do later on. Now, there is one more gigantic thing that I'm going to do to the farm today. It's going to take a lot of time. So the slime farm, the slime chunk, it's inside of this chunk. If I were to open this chunk up to the sky, meaning like remove all of the blocks in between that floor and this spot right here, then the rates would get even better. That's the next job. A lot of digging. I'm going to have to dig out all of these blocks. A lot of blocks. Definitely, it is going to be a lot of work, but I think it'll end up being worth it. It'll make this farm even more efficient. For the rest of the episode, it's back to digging for me, and then after digging, it's glass time. I got a lot of sand in the last episode when we went over to the resource desert. My plan is to dig this chunk out all the way up to the surface, and then come back and put glass all over the top of this chunk. Glass is a transparent block. It won't hurt the rates of the farm at all, and it'll stop me from falling down into this farm. Falling down would not be good. Now, I was considering maybe digging this thing out above the trench too. That would just be for aesthetics. I'm going to consider it. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do it quite yet. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that, and then after I get past the dirt layer, I will again be replacing all of the wall blocks that are not stone with cobblestone. So like this stuff right here, definitely we're going to get rid of that. You know I won't be able to look at that. I also might decorate the surface a little bit with some gigantic rocks. I think that'll just help fill this area in, make it look good. And I'll probably have to repair the tools. They are very low. That means at some point I'll be visiting the gold farm too. Time to dig. Hello again, it's me. It's been a long time. It's been a really long time since we last talked. Last time we talked, the slime farm wasn't finished. This time we talk, the slime farm is fully finished. But it doesn't stop there. So personally, I feel like I'm kind of bad sometimes about saying I'm going to detail the area around a build and then I just never end up doing it. Of course, to fully finish a build and make it fit into whatever you're working on, you want to do the area around it too, and so that's what I did this time. I made this pond look a little bit better. I put rocks all over the place, sweet berry bushes. I even put my custom spruce trees in here that are normal spruce trees, just a little bit taller. It may not be much, really, but I'm so proud of it. I feel like it really enhances the vibes of this area, and it just feels like really, really good. King Slime over there. This lake, I left it alone. Didn't really do anything here. I'm not sure quite yet if I'll actually end up doing it, but I am considering removing this lake completely, putting a road in here, maybe having a tunnel cut through this hill. It'll go out over by the tent, maybe, and then having a road go over this way to more builds, but I'm not too sure. So I decided to leave this lake alone. The slime farm, the fully finished product, makes me realize something gigantic. Optifine. I keep forgetting to install Optifine since 1.17. This looks terrible. The disconnected glass. The concept is kind of neat though, I think. Green blobs, King Slime, Slime Farm. The glass is really painful. I'm sorry, we'll stop looking at it. You might have noticed something in the time-lapse too. A remarkable, groundbreaking moment. It is day 1958, and guess what I just did on day 1957? The very first acacia plank of the entire world has been made. I didn't realize it at all, but we have literally never made a single acacia plank in this whole world. Or if I did, I lost the recipes somehow because I just unlocked all of them again. If you have a ladder inside of your slime farm while you're working on it, before you close it all the way off, get rid of the ladder. The ladder can actually catch the slimes on the edge. It's kind of strange and really weird, so yeah, get rid of the ladder. I decided to tuck the ladder one block into the wall, and then I put a door on every floor so I can access it, if I ever need to. This ladder goes all the way down to the bottom of the farm, like I said, door on every single floor, and at the surface, a trap door, so we can get in and out. This is my temporary spot for the beacon, and then over here, I've been busy. I did a lot of work. I added a small path in here, finally added a proper step down into the nether portals, and then this thing. Oh, this thing. I don't know how to make this look better. I need your ideas. If you have any ideas, yes, please. I put different trapdoors. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it looks a little bit nicer, but look at this. The slime farm works, and it's been running the whole time. This chest is already going to be filled up, so I'm going to have to come up with a new storage area. I was figuring maybe I'll just set up some kind of more permanent thing over here or something. I'm not too sure, but the slime farm works. So now it's time for the comment of the day, except this time there is no comment of the day, and instead it's going to be a question. I have a question for you. Optifine, it's amazing. I'm going to install it soon. Would you be into the idea of an Optifine episode, breaking down Optifine, how it works, talking about the settings, things like that? If yes, let me know down in the comments. If no, also let me know down in the comments. It would really help me out. Thank you. Iron Farm. This thing has also been running. It's good. The iron farm is very nice. We are never going to run out of iron at all, ever. If you can remember, we basically emptied the chest at the beginning of the episode, and now it's basically full again. So I'm going to have to figure out more storage for that too, and the storage inside of Grim is also full. Maybe storage building. Soon? 2 glowberries grew. This is amazing. Thank you all so much for watching Minecraft Guide 168. Sortiri, Fateful Grimoire, thank you both so much for the support. Optifine takes, throw those down in the comments. I'll be looking for them. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.